Okay, sådan, så er vi her. Yes, endelig. That was a long wait, but yeah, we're back. Welcome, guys, to this little live stream. And once again, I have a document. Now, this time, I'm going to translate for you. Now, of course, there are different ways you can go about that. What is a little bit special today is I'm gonna translate word by word. So it's not just like, oh, you have a sentence, then I'm doing the whole thing. It's I'm picking out the easy words first, and then I'm allowing you, since this is live, and even if you don't watch it live, you're still gonna see the process, to kind of guess what the translation is going to be. Alright? So it's going to be a little more challenging than usual, and I hope you're gonna like that. Okay. So we got this one, Kvinden I ørkenen. Kvinden I ørkenen, of course, means the woman in the desert. The title is not so important. So, hun bor I en ørken. Det er rigtig varmt. Hun sveder som en gris. Now, let's start by translating the easy parts. Now, I have like two versions here, so we keep the original above, and then the English will be here. What could we say? Now, of course, hun is she. Okay, so we had those two. What else is pretty easy here? A word like varmt is of course warm or hot. And in this case it's more like hot because it's a desert. Okay, bor I. I think you know that word. That is in. Okay, very nice. Okay, what about det er? Those two words together. Shouldn't be so hard. It is. Okay, and then we got, you can try. So basically, we got bor, that is live. So she lives in. What is ein? That is, and then of course, ørken is, well, admittedly that one is a little bit harder. It is desert, right? Okay, how do you say like this in English? Rigtig, that's like really, it's really hot. She sveder som en gris. You guys know the word gris, maybe you do. Gris is pig, right? Sveder som en, sveder, that is a verb. Sveder som, she sweats, or sweating, so is sweating. She is sweating. And then from context you can probably guess what some en means. And like a pig, or like a pig. Exactly. So, hun bor I en ørken, she lives in a desert. Det er rigtig varmt, it is really hot. Hun sveder som en gris, she is sweating like a pig. Okay? Very nice. Faktisk lugter hun lidt af bacon. Hun trænger til noget vand, men kan ikke finde noget. Alright. So what we got here, some easy words. Of course, we start with, hun is she. Okay, bacon, that is, my bad, I'm supposed to say the second one. Okay, so, bacon is bacon, I think that's the same. What's another easy word here? Maybe vand. I think most of you know what vand means. That is of course water. Alright. What else? Kan is like can. And ikke is not, so let's just make that can't. Can't. And finde, that is find. Can find. Trænger til. What is that trænger til? Do you have an idea? Hun trænger til something with water. Hun trænger til. She needs. Right? Like she is in need of. She needs. Skal vi lige se her. Okay, but what is noget? No, you have an idea? I can always check the live chat to see if anybody is trying to guess. Noget is some. Like some water. She needs some water. Men, what is men? That is but. Right? Can find. What is noget is, yeah, Google told you in this case, anything. Right? Or any, I guess it's better translation when you have a noun here. So she needs some water, but can't find any. Faktisk lugter. So faktisk is actually. Right? We have to move this around a little bit because the word order is not exactly the same. So actually she lugter means smells. Right? So a bit of, or like. Right? So lidt af is like a little bit like. So faktisk lugter hun lidt af bacon. Actually, she smells a bit like, or smells a bit of, bacon. Hun trænger til noget vand. She needs some water. Men kan ikke finde noget. But can't find any. Okay, so this is fairly simple. Like word by word. Really taking our time here. If I just give it all to you straight, it might be too easy. So yeah. Then what we got. Forresten, så hedder hun Signe, og hun er 41 år gammel. Okay, what we got here. Forresten, så hedder hun Signe, og hun er 41 år gammel. Now, probably well, of course she, eh? But it's not going to be she in this case, but I'm writing it anyway. Gammel, that is old. Eh? År, that is years, or year. It's the same in singular and plural. So she is, you can kind of guess that, she's 41 years old. Hedder, now of course you know hedder is, that person's name is, right? So you would have to say it differently in English. You can't say she is not German, like ich heiße or something, or me llamo in Spanish. So her name is, right? Her name is Signe. What is og? Og means and, right? And what is forresten? That's probably the hardest word in this sentence. Forresten. Forresten means by the way, alright? Så forresten, så hedder hun Signe. By the way, her name is Signe. Og hun er 41 år gammel. And she's 41 years old. Now this so is like in addition to that. Oh, by the way, also her name is. Right? So that's why it doesn't get translated directly. Okay, let's see. Hun er ikke helt ung mere. Men gammel er hun heller ikke. Okay, what are you going to do about that? Hun er ikke helt ung mere. Men gammel er hun heller ikke. So again, ikke? Hun, she, whoops. She, gammel, okay. Of course, gammel is old, right? Hun er ikke, så hun er ikke is she is not. Ikke? Hun er ikke she is not. Hun er ikke she is not. What is ung? Guys, you know that word, ung. Young. Now, sometimes Google will cheat a little bit and will just reveal the translation. Sometimes Google is wrong, so can't always trust that. Okay, cool. So she's not, what is helt? What does that mean in this context? Ikke helt. Helt is like not quite, right? So not quite young. Mere, maybe you can guess it from context. She's not quite young. Mere. The English is kind of similar. Anymore. Right? Like anymore, any longer. She was, but now she's not. Hun er ikke helt ung mere. She's not quite young anymore. Not exactly young. Okay, so what is men? We had it before. Right? Men is but. But old. Yeah, so here again I have to change the word order a little bit. But she isn't old either. Right? Så gammel er hun heller ikke. Heller ikke means not da either. So, men gammel er hun heller ikke. But old, that she is not. Right? That she also isn't. However you want to translate it. Men gammel er hun heller ikke. Very nice. Hun er ikke helt ung mere. She's not quite young anymore. Men gammel er hun heller ikke. But she isn't old either. Very cool. Hun er helt alene i denne store ørken, og der er ikke sporet af vand. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. So she... what is easy? What's an easy word here? Store. You know store, right? Store is big. Der er ikke sporet af vand. Okay, vand, we know that is water. Okay, that's cool. So, hun er, she is, helt alene. What's that, helt alene? Now, we just had helt. Right? A slightly different translation in this context, because this is more of a positive, the other one wasn't. So, it's like she's totally or completely, right? Like fully, totally, what is alene? Alene is alone, right? So completely alone. I denne, what is that? I denne, in, what is denne? Maybe Google knows. Yeah, in this case Google is right. In this, right? So she's totally alone in this big, and what is ørken? It's like the keyword in this text. Desert, right? Okay, the big desert. Og der er ikke sporet af. Now, all you already know. That's pretty easy. And der er ikke, like there isn't. Like, so there isn't, or there is not a sporet. Yeah, so you can do two translations. I would say there isn't like any trace of water. Right? Like spore means trace or clue. You could also say there isn't any water, but I want to let you know what spore actually means. So there's not even a trace of water. Hun er helt alene i denne store ørken. She's totally and completely alone in this big desert. Og der er ikke sporet af vand. And there isn't any trace of water. Nice. Alright, let's see what's going on down here. Hvis hun ikke snart får noget vand, så overlever hun ikke. Det vil jo ikke være så godt. Let's do this a little bit easier. Okay, så hvis hun ikke snart får noget vand, så overlever hun ikke. Det vil jo ikke være så godt. What are you gonna do? Hvis hun, okay, hun, she, okay. So let's just take it from the beginning. What is this? It's a very useful word. If you know it, great. If you don't, you should know it. So it's if she ikke snart får noget vand. Maybe we can take vand first. That is of course water. Noget ikke. Yeah. So basically, if she some water. If she doesn't get some water, but what was that snart? Doesn't get some water soon. Hvis hun ikke snart får noget vand, if she doesn't get some water soon, så overlever, and then she, so this saw is like then, like in that case, in case of her not getting any water, then this will happen. Then something she ikke, what is overlever? Overlever is, maybe Google will tell us, it won't, I have to write it myself. Then she, the order is a bit different, won't survive. Okay, so overleve is to survive. In Danish we're just using the present tense here, right? Literally, then she's not surviving. So then she won't survive. Okay, det vil jo ikke være så godt. Now of course, det is it or that, right? Whichever. That it vil jo ikke være så godt. Now what does God mean? God of course means good. Okay? Vil jo ikke være så, that wouldn't be, that wouldn't be so good. Wouldn't be so good. Okay? Det vil jo ikke være så godt. That wouldn't be so good. Or it wouldn't be so good. Hvis hun ikke snart får noget vand. If she doesn't get some water soon. Så overlever hun ikke. Then she won't survive. That or it wouldn't be so good. Det vil jo ikke være så godt. A quick note. Yo basically implies that we already know it. We all know that it's bad to, thirst until we perish. So it's not new information. Therefore, it makes sense to put yo. It implies that the listener or the reader already knows that piece of information. It's very useful. You should be able to use yo if you've been in Denmark for some time. Okay. It's a long one. Signe tænker, at hvis hun nu begynder... Let's do this. Signe tænker, at hvis hun nu beder en bøn, så kan det være, at det begynder at regne. That's long, but it's not that hard actually. Signe tænker, hvis hun nu... Okay, if she... begynder at regne. What are the easy words here? Tænker. Maybe you know tænker. It's kind of similar to the English one. Tænker. Thinks. Right? So Signe thinks. At is also pretty close to the English one. Is that. Right? Like she thinks that. Of course in English you would use a comma here. Right? Something that. This, what was this? We had it before. It's if. Alright. If she. What is... now, no is now. But it kind of gets lost in the translation. It's like, now what if she did this? So we don't have to include it. So if she beder en bøn, could be a little bit tricky because bøn is a noun and beder or beder is a verb, and I'll show you why you cannot translate them both and then have it make sense. Bøn is prayer. Beder is pray. You cannot pray a prayer, right? So jeg beder, I pray, but you cannot say, this would be weird English. So if she says a prayer, right? That's that. Så at bede en bøn, ikke? To say a prayer. Så kan det være, let's see, så kan det være, can, as of course can, så kan det være, then what, then, yeah, we have to change it a little bit, something like then it can, well, could be, right? So være is of course be, then it could be, kind of like then it might happen, puede ser in Spanish or something like that. Alright? Så kan det være, then it could be, then this thing might happen, at det begynder at regne. Okay, that it's, what is begynder? Kind of similar to what you have in English. So basically it begins, right? Or starts. Yeah, I guess starts raining is begin raining. Yeah, but that's an English issue. But basically begynder is begin or start. Begin, starts raining. Okay. So it's kind of easy when you really look at it like that. Maybe sometimes you have a text in front of you and you're frustrated that you can't get it to make sense. But if you just split it up, then you can slowly get to a satisfying answer or conclusion. So, Signe tænker, Signe thinks, at hvis hun nu beder en bøn, that if she says a prayer, så kan det være, then it could be, at det begynder at regne, that it begins or starts raining. Okay, very nice. Let's see what we got here. Så hun, let's move to the next page. It's gonna look better, I think. If I can just, okay, there you go. Okay, så hun begynder at fokusere på sit ønske. Begynder at fokusere på sit ønske. Hun tænker, at regnen nok skal finde hende. So again, so she We just had begynder, ikke? So she begins or starts. What is fokusere? Fokusere. It's focusing, right? Or to focus, whichever. So she begins, starts to focus på sit ønske. What is that, guys? Do you know ønske? You might know it, and you've been in Denmark for some time, or you've just been studying for a while. Probably heard this word. Ønske is wish, right? And Google also knows this. So på sit, what is that? So focus on her wish, right? I cannot really drag that out. Så hun begynder at fokusere på sit ønske. So she begins, starts to focus on her wish. Okay? Maybe I could make it a little easier on the eyes. Whoops, what just happened there? And it's a little bit better this way, I think. Alright, cool. Så hun begynder at fokusere på sit ønske. And then what? Hun tænker, at regnen nok skal finde hende. So again, with the she. Okay, hende is what? It's pretty important, pretty basic. Her. Right? And tænker, we already kind of had. That is, she thinks, or maybe she is thinking. In Danish, we don't have that like is doing or having or está haciendo, that kind of stuff. That is not really a thing in Danish. Not like it is in English or Spanish or many other languages. Så, hun tænker, she thinks or she is thinking. Hun tænker, at regnen, what is regnen? I think you know it. At is of course that. Right? So she's thinking that regnen is the rain. The rain nok skal finde. Let's take finde first. It might be the easiest one here. Finde is of course find. Right? At the rain. What is nok skal? Nok skal. So basically nok skal or skal nok, if it's a different kind of sentence, is like that it'll happen. That the rain will find her. Eh? Like I'll find you. I apostrophe LL, like I'll find you. Like, almost like a promise, or maybe not a promise, but a reassurance that there's a very big chance of it happening. Så hun tænker, at regnen nok skal finde hende. She is thinking that the rain will find her. Like, she has comfort and confidence in that. Very nice. Next one is pretty short. Let's see. Så ser hun en stor sky forme sig. Så ser hun en stor sky forme sig. What do you want to do? Okay, so again, so, then. And of course there is, so we have inversion, så ser hun, but in English you would say, then she sees. Right? Så ser hun, then she sees. En stor, okay, en stor is of course a big. What is sky? Sky. It is a different meaning, but it's kind of related to the same thing. Sky is cloud. Okay. So then she sees a big cloud. It's pretty close. It's like forming. Yeah, it's taking a form, a shape. Så ser hun en stor sky forme sig. Then she sees a big cloud forming. Amazing. Okay, very nice. Let's do this. Alright, let's see here. Til at starte med er den ikke så stor, men den bliver gradvist større og større. What do you want to do? Til at starte med. Yeah, so I guess there are two translations. Like to begin with, eh? But a more natural translation would be at first. Saishewa, eh? Oh, that's not English. At first, eh? To begin with. Er den ikke så stor? Er den ikke så stor? You know all the words. Er den ikke så stor? Er den ikke så stor? It is, like den er, just with inversion. Ikke så stor. What is that? Ikke så stor. Not so big. That's kind of basic. To begin with, or at first, it's not so big. Men, den bliver gradvist større og større. What is men? Guys, you gotta know this. It is but. Right? But. What is den? Den is of course it's. Bliver og bliver. That is like getting or becoming, right? So it is becoming or getting. Gradvist, that might be the hardest word here. Gradvist. You know it? Gradvist. It means gradually. But in English, of course, you have to move that. But it is gradually becoming or getting bigger and bigger. Right? So yeah, that's that. Okay, gradvist, større og større. Sometimes the screen jumps, it's a bit annoying. Okay, very nice. Let's see. But what is større? Større means bigger. Right? So bigger and bigger. Større og større. Bigger and bigger. Til at starte med, at first, to begin with, er den ikke så stor. It's not so big. Men den bliver gradvist større og større. But it is gradually becoming or getting bigger and bigger. So that is pretty easy. Amazing. Alright. And then we got this one. Og ikke nok med det, den bliver også mørkere og mørkere. That's a tricky one to translate. Og ikke nok med det, den bliver også mørkere og mørkere. Now this first sentence is quite hard to translate if you just look at the words, like direct literal translation. You can't do that. But you got me here, so ikke nok med det. It's basically like, and that's not all. And that's not all, or like that wasn't enough. So it's not enough that it's big, it's also as if that wasn't enough. Mørkere og mørkere. What is that? Den bliver også. It is also getting. It is also getting mørkere og mørkere. You know, mørk. It is something. It is right now here. Google. I told you I shouldn't have marked it. But yeah, so darker. So mørkere is darker. Darker and darker. Yeah, mørk, dark. Mørkere, darker. That's that. Ikke nok med det. That's not all. Like that wasn't enough. Den bliver også mørkere og mørkere. It is also getting darker and darker. Super duper. Okay. Ja. Nu er den faktisk blevet helt sort. Ja. Nu er den faktisk blevet helt sort. So, what do you want to do? Yeah is of course yes, or yeah. Nu er den faktisk. We had faktisk earlier. Maybe you remember. Nu er den faktisk. Actually. Blevet helt sort. You might know sort. It's a color. If you know colors, then sort is black. Okay. Okay, so actually something black. Nu er den. No is now, and now it is, right? Now it is, yes. So, but of course we have er first because no creates inversion. It has to do with time, and you get inversion. Nu er den, now it is. Faktisk, actually, blevet. I think you know blevet at this point. There's no reason to keep you waiting. Blevet. Now it is, or actually more like has, actually become. Or gotten. I should stick to become. Now it has actually become what was healed. So healed black. It's kind of funny to mix the languages like this. Like totally and completely, fully, like all black. Yeah, nu er den faktisk blevet helt sort. Yeah, now it has actually become totally black. I can understand and imagine that some of these translations are a bit unnatural, but the main focus here is learning Danish, not to have graceful English. So we gotta keep our eye on the ball. Okay. Hun er lidt bange for tænk nu, hvis det er en tordensky. Hun er lidt bange. For tænk nu, hvis det er en tordensky. Okay, so hun, start with that, she. Tænk nu, hvis det er, hvis you know, we had it many times by now, so that is of course if. Ja, okay, så hun er lidt bange. Tænk nu, hvis det er en tordensky. Er lidt, I think you can guess that. Is a little bit. Bange is something we all are sometimes, but a lot of the time we don't want to admit we are because it's not cool apparently. So bange means scared. Scared or afraid, either one. Okay, so bange, scared. Think no. Now this one is a little bit trickier to translate, like just with these words. It's kind of like think, like imagine, what if, to think if. So yeah, I cannot do a translation that is both literal and also natural in English. So something like what if, or imagine, literally think now. So if you have that thought. If det er en tordensky, if it is, hvis det er, if it is, in, that is A of course, what is tordensky? Even Google doesn't know that. It's not that advanced though. Tordensky is thundercloud, right? Because there's two words. So torden is thunder, that's why. Hun er lidt bange. She is a little bit scared. For tænk nu, what if, imagine, like think now. Hvis det er en tordensky. If it is a thundercloud. Cool. Okay. See what is next. Ja, så får hun i hvert fald rigeligt med regn. Ja, så får hun i hvert fald rigeligt med regn. So yeah, there's some stuff here that's hard to translate directly, but let's take it bit by bit. So then she rigeligt med regn, that is of course rain. Yeah, then now for you probably remember, for or at for, maybe that's how you saw it before. Then she gets, or maybe she will get. Rigeligt med regn. I hvert fald. Now, I was talking to a student earlier today. Sometimes learners have a hard time mastering i hvert fald. I hvert fald. It means like in any case. In any case or anyway. At any rate, you could even say. And she will anyway get. Although loosely, in something like this, you could also translate it to at least. Right? So at least or anyway, though this will happen. Rigeligt med regn. Okay, my picture almost cut out the text, but it didn't. Good. Rigeligt med regn. Now, or rain, as I wrote here. Rigeligt is like plenty, like plentiful, ample, like there's an abundance. So really plenty. So plenty of rain. Yeah, we say rigeligt med. You say, rigeligt med tid. Like there's plenty of time. But yeah, you have to of course have it be natural in both languages. So rigeligt med regn, plenty of rain. Ja, så får hun i hvert fald rigeligt med regn. Yeah, then she will get, in any case, gotta move this here, in any case, or anyway, at least, plenty of rain. Right? Rigeligt med regn, plenty of rain. Okay, is it a challenge? Might be. I guess the challenge is good. Okay, then we move on. We don't have so many sentences left. Det begynder at regne. Hun kan mærke regnen på sine kinder. Det begynder at regne. Hun kan mærke regnen på sine kinder. I think it's getting kind of easy at this point. Like if you've been watching so far, leading up to this point, you will find this fairly easy to translate. So she can something the rain. Whoops, what was that? Give me a second, guys. That was a bit annoying. Okay, I think we're fine. Okay, the rain. På sine kinder. What is that? På sine kinder. On her, do you know, kin? It's not kinder. This is not German. Kinder. Although I do like Kinder Egg. That is good. That is nice. Now, kinder is these, right? Cheeks. So she can, what is it like? She can, yeah, Google says notice, but I would say it's more like sense or feel. And so she can sense or feel the rain on her cheeks. Let's go back here. Det begynder at regne. It starts raining. And it's getting very easy. Because you already had this introduced and explained. Okay, fantastisk. Vi går videre. Moving on. But let's just do it once more. Det begynder at regne. Starts raining. Hun kan mærke regnen på sine kinder. She can feel or sense the rain on her cheeks. Super duper. Then we got. Det er en dejlig fornemmelse. Hun er glad for endelig at få noget vand. Okay, det er en dejlig fornemmelse. Hun er glad for endelig at få noget vand. How you want to tackle this one? Det er, of course, it is. Okay, that's very easy. It is a. Okay, det er en. It is a something something. What is dejlig? I say this word a lot. Not just every Danish person love this word, unless they hate life or something. Dejlig, nice, lovely. Okay, fornemmelse. Now, if you know it, that's cool, but I wouldn't expect you to. Fornemmelse is sort of like a feeling. Yeah, even Google knows that. Feeling or sensation. Now, maybe some other day I can talk in more detail why there is like følelse, at føle, sensation, which is not really the same in Danish, and fornemmelse. Again, there's one or two more. There's a lot. There are many words to talk about when it comes to feeling something in Danish. Okay, so it's a love. It's a nice, a lovely feeling slash sensation. Hun er glad for endelig at få noget vand. Okay, so that is of course she is. I mean glad, like glad. I think happy would be a better translation here because she really wants that H2O. So something like to finally get some water. Right? I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because we already covered that. So hun er glad for, like glad for is happy about that thing. You could also translate it as she's happy about finally getting some water. Right? It depends how direct you want to be. Endelig at få, finally to get, ikke? Or finally getting. Så det er en dejlig fornemmelse. It is a nice, a lovely feeling sensation. Hun er glad for endelig at få noget vand. She's happy to finally get some water. Super duper. Okay, let's move on. Men der er bare et problem. Hun har ikke nogen kop. Men der er bare et problem. Hun har ikke nogen kop. What is that? Now, men, you know by now. But. Der er bare. There is. Der er. What is bare? It's a very useful word. It's good to know. Der er bare. There is just. Yeah, only this. Either one. There is just it problem. Problem is a problem. Problem. So we don't have to write anything else. There is just one problem. Der er bare et problem. There is just one problem. Hun har ikke nogen kop. Hun har ikke nogen kop. Okay, so she har ikke. You know, har. Like jeg har, du har, hvad har du? So has. Right? So she doesn't have. Hun har ikke. She doesn't have no one we had in the beginning. So no one cup. Now cup is cup. Any. She doesn't have any cup. Der er bare et problem, but there is just one problem. Hun har ikke nogen cup. She doesn't have any cup. That sucks. Then what? Det gør det lidt svært at drikke noget, så hun prøver at fange det med sin tunge. Yeah, I was reading something else before, that's why I accidentally wrote det. Så det gør det lidt svært at drikke noget, så hun prøver at fange den med sin tunge. Den as in vandet. Yeah, oh, that's interesting. Og regnen, either one. Det gør det lidt svært. It svært, you know. Right? Difficult. At drikke noget. She. Det gør det. What is gør? It makes it. It makes it a little difficult. It makes it a little difficult. At drikke noget. Now you know noget is something by now. Perhaps. At drikke is to drink. Right? Makes it a little difficult to drink something. Or to drink anything. Either one. So she. What is prøver? Prøver. So she tries to catch. Oh, Google, you are naughty and very fast. Yeah, so at fange, to catch. Like a lizard. Or something. It looks cooler when it's a lizard doing it. Så den, ikke? Or it. Med sin tunge. Med is... I think you know it. Med is with. Sin tunge. I just illustrated it. Yeah, so that is tongue. Right? Oh, it's not how you spell tongue in English. Anyway, tongue. How you spell tongue? Anyway, right? So basically, so she's trying to catch you with her tongue. And ignore the poor spelling here. There you go. Det går okay, men hun bliver træt, så hun falder i søvn og sover i 3 dage. Det går okay. There's an English word. I guess that makes it a bit easier. Like, it's going okay. It's going okay. It's going alright. Men hun bliver træt. Men, of course, but she bliver, becomes, gets. What is træt? Træt is tired. So she falder i søvn. Falder i søvn. Blocking out my own text here, that's not great. Falder i søvn. Falls asleep. So søvn is sleep. Sleep as a concept. Ikke? Jeg har brug for søvn. I need sleep. Falde i søvn, to fall asleep. And sover i 3 dage. That's messed up. Sover i 3 dage. Sleeps for 3 days. Okay. Let's do this one. And also the previous one. I feel like I might have rushed that a bit. Så det gør det lidt svært at drikke noget. It makes it a little difficult to drink something. Så hun prøver at fange den med sin tunge. So she tries to catch it with her tongue. Det går okay. It's going okay. Men hun bliver træt. But she becomes tired. Så hun falder i søvn. So she falls asleep. Og sover i 3 dage. Sleeps for 3 days. That is not cool. That is not a very happy ending. I mean, someone just passing out like that in the desert. But yeah, originally I had written another text or copy-pasted. It's actually from an old video back from 2016. But I figured that this one already took a long time, and you got plenty. You got a lot of stuff here to learn from. So yeah, this was interesting. It's a little bit different. It's a different way of translating. I hope that you watching this, as the viewer, as the learner, could learn something in a different way. Like, the idea is to force you to think more for yourself. So you're not just having it handed to you, but you see it, piece by piece and bit by bit. So yeah, that was cool. Of course, as it says here in the bottom, if you're a member on the website, you get the PDF version of this. So that's kind of nice. And tomorrow is June 11th, as we all know. and that is my birthday. And the reason why that is relevant is because there's a discount. Like every year, actually, on my birthday, there's a discount, so you can write it in your calendar if you want. No, but there's a discount on the website, and so there's 50% off on the gold and diamond. And the packages, gold package and diamond package on danishmastery.com. So that's definitely something to look into. And don't waste your chance. I know that's kind of cheesy, but I did get some messages before that people are frustrated. I'm like, act before it's too late, you know? So yeah, that's something. I think that's pretty much it. Like for the video itself, it's cool, it's nice, and we'll see what I have next week. But I also gotta take a look here in the live chat. We got okay, so Ruth International saying no is some. That is right. Dao Drong Hio, I have always confused about the use of your. Okay, so is that like Vietnamese name maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, yo can mean different things. Now I could make a whole video about that. One of them is the one I talked about in this video. Like, det er jo rigtigt. Like, yeah, that's true. Like, jeg er jo en mand. Yeah, I'm a man. Like it's obvious. Something that is obvious, you would say yo. Now, of course, if you say it all the time, it doesn't sound so good, just like with any other word. You can misuse it. But yeah, that is one way of using it. Yo or yo, pronounced more like that, but same spelling. Could also be like if there's negation. Like, det er ikke rigtigt, that's not true. And then you respond to that, you can say, jo, det er det. Yeah, it is. You wouldn't say, ja, det er det, because the other person said something that wasn't affirmative. They went against it, they say, it's not. And then you want to, say that it is. So then you say, jo, det er det. Du er ikke en rigtig mand. That's some nonsense, you're not a real man. You say, jo, det er jeg. Yeah, I am. So that's one. And there's also jo mere desto, the more something else. But I'll get into that some other time, because there's a lot to say about yo. Then we got Saranga Talagala saying hi. Hi. Got some funny stuff here. Sidney Dyer saying, I'm sorry, please come to the bird. With boys, 2 men, divas. We will talk to you after your live stream. Yeah. Creativity. And Michelle Jensen, very helpful, thank you. Andreas Bøtker, hi Thomas, en ny ord I dag, et nyt ord. Only one? Man, there's a lot of words in this. Kinder. Tak for det. But I know you're German, so I get it. Alright guys, I think that's it. It's a lot of fun, and let me know in the comment section what you thought of this. Every time I try something new, it's important to get feedback, so if so I know that it's worth it. Because there's a lot of different formats, and I want to use the formats that are the most useful to your learning. Okay? So yeah, I'll see you soon, and peace. And take this off.